Imagine growing up in a world where time doesn't move forward. A place where the year might be 2007, but your life feels like 1942. There's no internet, no books, no phones, and even your thoughts are a threat to your survival. This isn't dystopian fiction. This is North Korea, and this is the true story of a girl who was born inside that prison. She had no idea what freedom was because she had never even heard the word. Her name was Yami Park, and what she survived will change the way you look at pain, power, and the price of freedom. Yami was born in 1993 in a small city called Hysan, right near the Chinese border. Her father worked for the regime, smuggling goods on the side just to keep the family alive. She was raised in a culture where the dear leader was worshipped like a god. Children were taught that he could hear their thoughts, that he never slept, that he knew everything they did. Yami believed it all, because in North Korea, truth is just a weapon, used by the powerful to control the powerless. But even lies can't stop hunger. By the time she was 9, Yami was eating grasshoppers and dragonflies just to survive. Her little sister would faint from malnutrition. Her neighbors would vanish overnight. Some drag away in trucks, others just gone. And yet, she didn't even know what freedom meant. That word didn't exist in her language. In 2007, when Yami was just 13 years old, her family reached a breaking point. Her father had been imprisoned in a labor camp. There was no more food. Her mother whispered the unthinkable. "We have to escape." Under the black cover of night, with a single compass and no map, Yami and her mother crossed the Yalu River into China barefoot, freezing and terrified. But what they thought was salvation was actually a trap. Moments after arriving in China, Yami's mother was raped by a trafficker right in front of her. And then, Yami was sold for $300. That's all it took. A human life priced like a used cell phone. She was 13 years old, passed between owners like property, starved, abused, stripped of her identity, her dignity, her voice. She said later, "I didn't feel like a person anymore. I was a ghost in my own body." But somewhere inside that broken girl was a flame, a belief that she could still choose to live. 2 years into this nightmare, hope returned in the form of underground Christian missionaries. They gave Yami and her mother a way out, a way to reach South Korea. It meant walking across the Gobi Desert, on foot, in the middle of winter, with nothing but a compass, some stolen water, and the clothes on their backs. The temperatures dropped to minus 40 degrees Celsius. The wind cut like knives. And if Chinese police had caught them, they would have been sent back to North Korea. And that meant death, torture, execution. But Yami kept walking, hour after hour, step after step, her legs bleeding, her lips cracking, her heart refusing to quit. And somehow, they made it. She collapsed into the arms of South Korean officials, barely alive, but free. Most people who escape North Korea go silent. They live quiet, hidden lives. The trauma is too deep, the fear too real. But Yami, she spoke. She told the world what it really means to live without freedom. What it means to watch your family starve. What it feels like to be bought and sold like a product. And the world listened. Her speeches went viral. Her book became a bestseller. And with every word she spoke, the walls of that invisible prison began to crack. The regime in North Korea tried to discredit her. Trolls online called her a liar. But she didn't care, because she wasn't speaking for fame. She was speaking for the millions still trapped, the little girls still being sold, the families still living in fear. She said, "I'm not the voice of the voiceless. They're not voiceless. They're being silenced." Yami Park escaped one of the darkest regimes on earth. She was starved, trafficked, beaten, humiliated, and discarded. But somehow, she didn't just survive. She rose. Today, she is more than a survivor. She is a fighter, a speaker, a symbol of the strength hiding inside every broken human being. Her life is proof that trauma doesn't have to define you. That pain doesn't have to end you. And that even in the darkest places, a human soul can still find the light. This was Dark Stories that will change your life. If this story moved you, share it. And remember, you may not control what happens to you, but you always control what happens next.